Okay, race fans, for my next trick without the aid of a net, let's do it again, only headed southbound on a northbound yak. Hey, Danny, how are you, bud? Thanks for stopping in. We are on a road trip going back south. I had a doctor's appointment, and we're going to go drive through the country back out to the sticks. Doing much better? Well, hopefully. That's good. Hey, Bern, welcome back. Hi, Lee. Well, working with those small trains and tracks and all the fun accoutrement that goes with it. I remember doing that when I was younger, and as a kid, I struggled with it because everything was so tiny and you had to make it all look right. It's amazing. Anyway, doctor's appointment went well. They were happy. Wow, I didn't notice that when we were coming this way. They tore down the bank. Oh, yeah, they did. They tore the bank down. Sorry, guys. Did I lose you? Are you back? Are we there? Sorry, I got a phone call. If I'm not back, if I don't see something in the next couple of minutes, I'll reset it. Not restart it, but reset it. Oh, are we back, Burns? I can reset it if I need to, but I just need confirmation that we're back. Okay, super. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. I've got most of you know that I work that I'm part owner and service manager of an HVAC company, and I've got an apprentice that doesn't comprehend that if I tell him I'm going live and don't call me, not to call me. So anyway, unless he's got a big problem, and this wasn't a big problem, he could have texted me that. So we're headed out of Issaquah the way we came. I'm in hopes that maybe somebody will be in the air over the parasail area. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming in, dear. Press break. No, thank you. You can get arrested for doing stupid stuff like that here. You're not allowed to make stupid moves in your car. Apparently, Issaquah is back to having their farmers market every weekend. That's cool. All right, now if you can see way up at the top of that hill in front of us, there's a bare spot. That's the launch zone for the parasails. And right at the moment, I do not see anybody in the air today, so we're not gonna get that. Usually, if you drive out this way on an afternoon sunny like this, there'll be 20 or 30 parachutes in the air. They actually had two All right, are we back? Hopefully we're back now. Says I've got 5G and I've got 4 bars. I should be full up and going. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Vern. That's funny. Somebody turned a mobile motorhome into a food truck. Haven't seen one of those before. Um, Off to the right is one of the local riding stables. You can board your horse and ride it there if you don't have room to keep a horse. Hi, Ocean. Has dog meat? Who has dog meat? I know I don't. I don't eat dogs. Dogs is my friends, not food. Oh, that taco truck. I didn't even get to see if it was a taco truck, but you never know. Although it wouldn't go over well in this area. They had one years ago that got caught with horse meat, and that one didn't go over well. I know that there are definitely places you can feed horses, but Washington State ain't one of them. Kind of weird. When I'm driving into the sun on Tuesdays, I for some reason I can't read the text of the chat as well as when I'm going northbound. And at the moment, I am driving into the sun, and I've got a very good bug chat. That's really cool, but I'm not sure why that is. Why is it? No, I ain't changing it. Weird. Cool, but weird. Um, yeah, cool, but weird. What else? Yeah, doctor's appointment went well. All of my tests that they did a couple of weeks ago said, if anything, my overall heart health has improved. I had a period where I was pumping at diminished capacity, not horribly diminished, but slightly diminished, and that's come back. So apparently the meds they gave me solved that problem. So that's all good. And the only appointments I go in for are the Tuesday appointments. Um, but I will, other than that, and going to the pharmacy or the smoke shop, I don't leave the house. So I don't have a lot of places to drive to, or a lot of places I could go film. Filming, maybe I could rig up something to hook in front of my e-scooter to carry the camera. That would work. Be silly, but it would work. Anyway, maybe I'll start going live when I run off to the pharmacy or something. I have the dogs with me, but what's red light? All right, hopefully. Maybe going this direction, the dead spots won't be as bad. We're about to come into beautiful downtown Hobart. Whoops, I'm speeding again. A whopping 2 miles an hour over. Lots of the deciduous trees here, cottonwood. Uh, we get some oak, but mostly cottonwood. So in springtime, it always, if it's a bad year for it, it's lots of little white balls of fluff all over the place. Looks like it snows all the time. Hey, Darren, Dream Disturber Obscura. Thanks for dropping back in, buddy. And there's our giant 76 ball that doesn't work anymore. And the Hobart General Store. It's actually kind of a cool little market. It's not really big enough to be a whole grocery store, but they carry a lot more than like a 7-Eleven does. Hey, Michael. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Um, yeah, that's the Hobart General Store. Wow, Angie went a long time. She went live when I was about halfway through my earlier morning one. There's the Hobart baseball diamond. Now, as we're coming this way, you should get a little bit better view of the yellow submarine. We got to go up and down a couple more times, and then the yellow submarine will be on the right. Although it's a little bit more of a green submarine these days. It's got some moss on it. Look at this idiot sticking their nose clear into my lane. The power lines look a little funny to you. They don't have overhead power lines in Germany. Nobody needs to agree with anybody. State your opinions, and if somebody doesn't agree with you, they can ignore it. That's the whole concept. They're all underground in Germany. Yeah, we've got areas that definitely have underground, but most of the stuff out in the country is overhead. Okay, here comes the yellow submarine. As we start to head down this hill on the right, you'll see that may be the next one. Yeah, it's just after the next hill. Oh, no, there it is. Hey, NDR, thanks for stopping by, dear. We're taking a different drive rather than the one we usually take. We're doing back roads and actually went up to a different doctor's office this time. And we're actually going to come into an area here in a minute where you guys may get the death circle. Um, it happened on the way north for a few seconds as I drop into this gully up here where the creek is or where the river is. So it may happen again, but if it does, I'll be right back. This big open area on the right is a retired landfill. It is lovely weather today. I don't know if we're going to be able to see there's a kayak course in this river, and we couldn't see it when we were coming north because of the leaves on the trees. It's real obvious when in the fall when the leaves are gone. Um, we're all already getting some fall colors. Actually, I just saw some orange on that tree. Um, anyway, yeah, we may get that spiral of death as we drop in down by this river. But you may get a chance to see the kayak course. It's white poles that are hanging from lines above. Here it comes. If you're going to get to see it, maybe not. Looks like the trees are in the way this way too. All right, you should be back by now if you dropped off. All right, Michael, have fun at Goodwill and Walmart. I know you usually do. So, yeah, fall is beautiful here. We don't get the really bright reds in the New England area, but the oranges and soft reds, yeah, the colors are beautiful. You guys will see them as we come into fall. Um, Plus, we're not totally packed in with deciduous trees. So a lot of the greenery, well, not a lot, but some of the greenery will drop away. But most of the green stays put because they're all fir trees or uh, they're not deciduous trees. So we stay green year round, which is nice. Are we back now? Are we all good now? Hopefully. Are we back? Whoops, I'm going too fast. Okay, we're back. All right, on the right, you're going to see a little construction guy sitting on top of a building. It's holding a sign that says slow. They put that up there about 20 years ago, and they clean him up every time he gets too cruddy. But telling everybody and reminding everybody to drive slow through town. Silly, but it's become a staple in Ravensdale. Um, we're going up and over the hill again, and so we may drift in and out for a second or two. It did before on the way this direction, so. But if it goes sideways, it should come back in just a second. To the right is the weigh station and clean out station for the local gravel pit. Oddly enough, the gravel pit's on the left side of the road, and we've got a grass cutting crew on the side of the road coming up here. So we may have to stop for a moment. They were mowing on the opposite side of the road as I came up this direction. There's the big power lines. Whoops. Yep, there's our guy with the stop sign. So we're going to stop up here on top of the hill a minute. Oh, how about that? Timing is impeccable. All right, we get by that. And back down the other side. Hopefully we're back. Okay, is it back? Are we good now? Okay, is it back? Are we good now? Are we back? Somebody. Are we back? Somebody. Okay. Okay, are we back again? We should be back now, and we should be good for a while. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Okay, we should be back now until we get back down to the Green River Gorge. And then I know that could be a problem. It was a slight problem coming northbound. And then once we get back out of that, then we're good to go all the way home. Or pretty damn close to all the way home. All right, this is lovely Black Diamond. This was one of the original mining towns in the area. The Black Diamond Mining Company was huge back in the day for coal mining. Not really much of a town. They've got a little market at the end with a gas station and a restaurant down here. Grade school is there to the right. And Black Diamond's baseball field. Apparently, Jeff Bowie is running for mayor. If you take a right here, you actually go down to downtown, quote unquote downtown Black Diamond. There's our Senex and the Mexican restaurant. And the local auto parts store, Auto Plus. Okay. Hopefully we'll stay on now until we get over to the Green River Gorge. Not that that's that far away, but Thanks for being here, Lee. Go have a great day, sir. Wow, there's actually people out on that lake fishing. Cool. Uh, One of the biggest marijuana growers in the state is up here on the right. I forgot to mention that on the north side of it. And Flaming Geyser State Park is out to the right of ways too. And until just recently, there was a permanent flame there. You can look it up on the internet. It's Flaming Geyser State Park. Um, and there's a little commercial establishment on the left. There's a marble distributor there, a couple other things. Yeah, if you take it right there, you go down to the Flaming Geyser State Park and Marijuana Grow Off. All right, here comes the Green River Gorge Bridge, and we very well may lose signal down here. It'll last a minute or two because the bridge is closed and they're doing stoplights in one direction at a time. So if you guys start buffering, you're going to stay that way until my lane gets to go. And yeah, light just turned red. So if you go buffering, it'll be a minute. I know we did on the lower side of the bridge on the way up. We're on the higher side of the bridge, so we may be okay over here. But we'll see. And then it wouldn't surprise me, even if we do stay okay over here, if we don't lose it down to the bottom end until we get up that other hill a little ways. And then actually, I'll take you into downtown Enumclaw, and we'll go home that way. That'll be fun. Enumclaw is a beautiful, cute little town. It's actually a pretty good sized town. I want to say there's probably 30,000 people. Maybe not that many. If you ever heard the name Enumclaw before, it's probably from the infamous horse story. I'll let you look that up on your own. Look up Enumclaw and Man with Horse. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. Some of you will find it hysterical. Some of you will be completely disgusted. But it is a true story. Anyway, and if we're buffering, nobody will ever hear that. Apparently, we're not buffering. Excuse me. Soda pop went down the wrong hole. All right, we're going to get our green light in just a second here. Let's see, in front of me is in reverse. Good, he fixed that. I will probably lose you for a few seconds down here at the bottom, but it should come right back. If it doesn't, I will reboot it. Now that I've found that sweet little trick via Mary's Gigs and Daisy May, it's nice because I don't have to completely end the live every time. Here we go. We'll see if we can hold this signal until we get back up on the other side. This is the Green River Gorge. People enter tube down this series of rapids, several hundred a day. Every now and then we lose somebody on it, which is sad, but it happens. There we go. Thanks, Mac. I'll wait to explain it until we get up here a little ways, Major, just in case it's buffering. Oh, we're still good? Cool. Okay, yeah, if you go and look at Mary's gig short, it's down a little ways. Just look for a short that's it's the second short that shows her phone in the picture. Um, she's got a two or three of them little shorts explaining stuff, but the one I'm talking about actually explains to you how to reset your phone. It's very simple. It sounds dumb, and you kind of have to hesitate when you're doing it because you can't believe it will work, but it works because you have to actually close out YouTube and then reopen it. It's not that difficult. I'll explain it. You close out YouTube, not just eliminate it, actually close the window. Then you go back and hit YouTube again to open it. Then hit the plus button and it'll come back and a little blurb will pop up that says you want to reconnect. Hit reconnect and it'll restart it. It works great. All right, we shouldn't have any more trouble with signal now. But yeah, it's about I don't know. It's a little bit of a scroll down, but if you just look for the ones that show the phone in the picture, you'll find it. All right, we are coming down to Crane Corner Restaurant, which is where we turned left off of on the way up here. But this time we're going to go straight and we're going to go on into Enumclaw. So we'll take a right, but it's going to be down here a ways. There's Crane Corner Restaurant on the right. G&J Flower Farms. And coming up on the right is, God, I'm having a brain fade. Rock Ridge, that's what I'm thinking of. Rock Ridge Orchard's right there. It's a little fruit stand that also has a beer room, and I used to work on all their refrigeration. And then the couple that owned it retired and basically sold it to their number one gal who worked there. Oh, you can see the marshmallows out grazing in the field over there. Another out of town mini market. Technically, this is Highway 169. There's Enumclaw Junior High coming up on the left. Well, one of them. And then class starting. We're Probably looks like just about any other country town across the nation. Masonic Temple, Royal Order of Masons, and another out of town mini market. And yard sales. Well, local park. And the hospital is out to the left. I spent 2 weeks at that hospital 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. It's a tiny hospital, like 16, 17 beds, something like that. Uh, all right. Come around this corner and run smack dab into Enumclaw. We'll take a left at the light and go downtown. This will be fun. It's a cute little town. Enumclaw is where the King County Fair is held, which just ended 2 weeks ago. Every county has a fair, and then the big fair is the Washington State Fair, and that happens in Puyallup. Starts in 3 weeks and goes for a month. Um, it's a very fun fair. Used to have some big names come in and entertain at it. I think they probably do, but not the kind of big names that I enjoy anymore. All right, here is downtown Enumclaw, and it looks like a typical little old city downtown. All kinds of little shops, and on the right, the casting iron. That used to be city used to work there before they sold it, and it became the casting iron. And the casting iron is an axe throwing place now. It was a more of a yuppie wine bar kind of place like that. The shop is a barber shop. Uh, and it goes over a few blocks in each direction. But we're going to come down this way, and there's the local Mexican market on the right. We're going to come down this way and intersect with Highway 410, which is going to take us back out of town and over to Buckley. They have some amazing stuff in there. I used to work on their refrigeration too. That was one of the cool things about going there. Is anytime she's got a little, kind of a little deli in there too. Uh, And anytime you showed up to work on the place, you'd see it. All right. Now we're on Highway 410 headed back out of town. If we had gone the other way, we could have gone, well, yeah, eventually. And I am planning to get you guys all up there. But Highway 410 goes up over Chinook Pass. And I mentioned that on my drives back south because we drive past the road sign that tells you whether or not Chinook Pass is open or closed. In the wintertime, you can only go up 410 about another 50 miles, and then they block off the road at that point, and there's a left turn right there, which takes you up to Crystal Mountain Ski Resort, which is one of Washington's premier ski destinations. Yeah. I know it's a long drive to the doctor's offices, guys, but I wouldn't trade living out here for anything. I can't imagine living in the concrete jungle anymore. It's it's uh, it's so beautiful. I'll bet we got a good view of Mount Rainier. We're gonna. Oh, absolutely, nature. I don't get it on Tuesdays. I don't get a lot of chance to do a lot of extra stuff sometimes. Okay, are we back? Hopefully, we're back now. Well, if we don't come back, I'll take the left and go on. Oh, we are back. Okay. All right. I'll run on over to Monday Lost Road, and then we'll go home that way, and I'll stop and show you the view of Mount Rainier. We're actually getting a pretty good view right here, but I got no place I can stop and show it off. Well, that was good. Let's see what I can do here. I'm just going to pull over and do it. All right, guys. Can you see it over there? We should be able to see it off in the distance. It's just glistening beautifully. Hopefully that gave you a good view of it. That's about as good as it's going to get from here. So there's a couple of places where you just nothing beats the view. All right, we're going to turn left here, and we will head on up the hill to Wilkinson. We may get a little bit of buffering here and there, but we should be able to stay with it all the way in. I know on Sibby's live, she's been able to bring it all the way into town, and if she can do it, I can do it. Mount Rainier is 14,412 feet high. Uh, it is rumbling. I posted on my community posts tab a short video about Mount Rainier and what's going on with it. They are nervous about it. Um, if it blows and we're still here, I'll have phenomenal footage for sure. But there's a better than 50-50 chance if it blows as big as St. Helens did, we won't be here. Um, if it would blow to the east, we might. But hey, Demoose, thanks for stopping by, buddy. So anyway, this is the Buckley. We call it the Buckley Connector, but we come down to this road and get to a T, and then you either take a left and go up to, well, you can't anymore, but it used to be one of the top 10 hikes in the nation. Um, Up to Moich Lake. But it's pretty much closed to anybody going up there now. The only people really allowed up there are the people that live up there. The Fairfax Bridge is a 120-year-old bridge, and it's finally been shut down permanently, and they're looking at many years to replace it. If you take a right, you end up going down through South Prairie and then out to Orting, which some of you may or may not have heard of. There's a couple of YouTubers that are trappers who trap out of that area. Wow, this is busier than it usually is this time of day. There we go. It depends on the road. We're 50 miles an hour at this point, and on the Buckley Connector, it's 50 miles an hour, which is like 90 kilometers, something like that. I think 60 is 100. With the sun in my eyes the way it is, I can't read the blue numbers. 50 is 80 kilometers an hour. People that trap for fur, honey. um, I'm I'm trying to remember. I've got one local trapper out of Maple Valley, and somebody is trapping somebody or other trapping, and he and I are just found each other. He's in Maple Valley, which is where we were when we saw the Tiger Mountain Country Store. Um, and he's got beaver traps down there right now. That Chevron on the right is for that general store. That's another oversized mini market. They also have a deli there. If you've ever heard of Skipper's Fish and Chips, that's also a Skipper's outlet. You can go in there and get Skipper's Fish and Chips, which is pretty good. Not great, but it's pretty good. They do make very good chowder. Nothing compared to what the Chowder City makes, but it's good. On the right is coming up the Mowich Mall, um, commonly referred to in the area as the Mowich Whorehouse. What it used to be when the mining town was up here, that was a brothel. And we are now coming into beautiful downtown Wilkinson. And I'll actually bring you up into downtown, which doesn't take long. Don't blink. Here's one of our two local cemeteries that does go back to coal mining days. Yeah, might be able to make out the sign up here that says Fairfax Bridge closed. Um, for some reason they're tearing their local substation, our substation. We rarely had power outages that lasted very long because of that substation. I don't know